Morning, and welcome back to my Ownership Transition Advisors channel. If you haven't watched my introductory video, I suggest you take 7 minutes and watch that, as it gives you a baseline understanding of what I'm doing with these videos, my purpose, what I'm doing with my business, and how I might be able to help you. And if you have watched it, then here we go. So have you ever thought about what really happens to your business after you sell it? After all the financial, the HR, the IT, the environmental diligence, the legal back and forth, negotiations, the accountants, the CPAs, the tax issues, closing the deal, what really happens next? What happens on the very first day? Look, you're selling your business, and this could be a once in a lifetime event. And everything involved with the legal aspects of the deal are critical. And for months, this is where everyone has put their attention, as should you, right? As should you. And when the deal is finally closed, everybody takes this long exhale, right? You go, oh man, I'm so glad that was over. That was 12 months of hell dealing with all that stuff. Now things can get back to normal. And that's what everybody thinks, right? And this is exactly where most owners who sell their business make a possible fatal mistake to their business. They don't think about what actually happens to my business beginning day one after close. What about my people? What about my customers? What about my reputation, my legacy, my vendors, my buying practices, my pricing? What about headcount? What about new costs that are being layered into my business? All the details about what really happens to everything that I've built. Owners have listened to buyers tell them for months, hey, nothing changes. Nothing changes. And you slowly over those months believe that. I mean, why would anyone buy a solid company that's doing a great job and performing and then do anything to possibly disrupt it? So when they say nothing changes, it makes perfect sense. But that's not what really happens. And the question you need to ask yourself, if you're selling your business or thinking about it, do you really have any idea what really and actually happens to your people, your culture, your leadership, your company's identity after you sell your business? If you look at studies of how many acquired companies fail to meet expectations, it's anywhere between 30 and 60%, depending on the research and the study that you read. So let's just land in the middle and call it 40. 40%. 4 out of 10 companies that go through an acquisition fail to meet expectations. That's a 40% failure rate. I mean, think about your business. What if 40% of the time you failed to deliver what you sold to your customer? It doesn't sound very good, right? And you probably wouldn't be in business very long. So I've been acquired twice in my career, different stages of my career and by different types of buyers. One, the first one, after several years, turned out okay. The other one failed miserably within 12 months. I mean, within 12 months, half the customers were gone, more than half the people were gone. The business recovered. It never recovered. And all that happened is when this company acquired it was they destroyed a very reputable, successful business that had been in business for 35 years. So I do know personally what it's like to be acquired and to succeed and to fail. I've seen firsthand how and why things go right and how and why things go wrong. This is why you need to start thinking about the leadership side of things. Look, we all know people are emotional and generally unpredictable, and you need to think about it. How will your people react when you tell them you've sold your business? What will they think? Will everyone react the same way? Will some people be happy? Will some people be concerned? Will some people feel betrayed? Will they start looking for another job? These are all feelings I've experienced myself personally, and I've seen it personally. What if I lose my best employees? What if I lose my top revenue producers? What if I start losing customers? What if my business declines? Will I be able to hit the financial numbers that I need to hit in order to get my earnout? These are just a few of the things you need to think about, and you need to think about them before you finalize the deal with the buyer. If you wait, until after the deal closes, it's more than likely too late. Because, like it or not, the organization that acquired your business looks at it as a financial investment. It's simply an investment to strengthen their portfolio, and they fully expect a return on that investment. You're expected to deal with the problems, the issues, the people, and all their concerns. You're expected to fix all these things, and there will be many that you will have to deal with. Look, at the end of the day, everyone wants a successful relationship, right? Everyone wants the employees to stay, the customers to stay. Nobody wants to see significant disruption to the business, and yet that's exactly what happens 40% of the time. They don't want it to happen, but it does happen 40% of the time. So I strongly encourage you to think about all this if you're preparing or thinking about selling a business. There's a lot you can do to address these issues early, but the buyer, the advisor, the broker, the attorneys, they will not do it for you. It's your responsibility, and this is where I can help you. So if you check out the links below to my LinkedIn profile, my website, Ownership Transition Advisors, send me a message and I'd be more than happy to talk to you about where I might be able to help. Virtually every person I've asked who's sold their business, I've said, hey, if you had someone to help educate and prepare you for everything you didn't know was going to happen, would you have used them? And without question, 100% of the people have said I would have absolutely used somebody. There were so many things I didn't know, didn't understand, had no idea were going to happen. Anyway, thanks for watching today. In the next video, we're going to start talking about the changes that will come with an acquisition, what to expect, and what you can do about them. So we'll see you next time.